Exploring breeding techniques in racing pigeons, outcrossing, line breeding, and inbreeding. Breeding plays a crucial role in the development of racing pigeon strains, and various breeding techniques are employed to achieve specific goals. Among these techniques, outcrossing, line breeding, and inbreeding are widely used by pigeon fanciers to enhance certain traits and improve racing performance. In this comprehensive article, we will delve into the intricacies of each breeding method, exploring their benefits, potential drawbacks, and best practices. Outcrossing. Outcrossing, also known as crossbreeding, involves mating pigeons from different bloodlines to introduce new genetic diversity into a strain. This technique aims to improve traits such as speed, endurance, navigation skills, or overall performance. We will discuss the advantages of outcrossing, including the infusion of fresh genetic material, hybrid vigor, and the potential for introducing desirable traits. However, we will also explore the challenges associated with outcrossing, such as potential loss of strain identity, difficulty in maintaining consistency, and the need for careful selection of outcross mates. We will highlight successful examples of outcrossing in racing pigeon breeding and provide guidance on when and how to implement this technique. Line breeding. Line breeding involves breeding pigeons that share a common ancestor within a few generations while maintaining a certain degree of relatedness. This technique is employed to consolidate desirable traits, reinforce specific bloodlines, and enhance homozygosity for favorable characteristics. We will explain the principles of line breeding, including the importance of pedigree analysis, selection criteria, and careful mate pairing. We will discuss the advantages of line breeding, such as the preservation of strain qualities, concentration of desired genes, and the potential for fixing desirable traits. We will also address the challenges associated with line breeding, such as the risk of concentrating on desirable traits, reduced genetic diversity, and the need for thorough record keeping and monitoring. Case studies and practical tips will be provided to illustrate effective line breeding practices. Inbreeding. Inbreeding involves mating closely related pigeons, such as siblings or parent-offspring pairs, to intensify the expression of desirable traits and create a strain with high genetic uniformity. We will explore the science behind inbreeding, discussing the mechanisms of genetic fixation, the importance of homozygosity, and the potential benefits of concentrated gene combinations. We will also examine the potential drawbacks of inbreeding, including the risk of accumulating deleterious recessive traits, reduced fertility, and diminished overall vigor. We will outline the key considerations for successful inbreeding programs, including careful selection, monitoring genetic health, and implementing strategies to mitigate potential negative effects. Real-life examples of successful inbreeding programs and insights from experienced breeders will be shared to provide practical guidance. Racing pigeon breeding techniques, exploring the pros and cons of outcrossing, line breeding, and inbreeding. Introduction. Breeding techniques are crucial in racing pigeon breeding, and fanciers employ various methods to achieve their desired outcomes. Outcrossing, line breeding, and inbreeding are three widely used approaches, each with its own advantages and disadvantages. In this article, we will delve into the pros and cons of these techniques, providing valuable insights for pigeon fanciers looking to enhance their breeding programs. Outcrossing, pros and cons. Outcrossing, or crossbreeding, involves mating pigeons from different bloodlines to introduce new genetic diversity into a strain. This technique offers several benefits, such as introduction of genetic diversity. Outcrossing brings in fresh genetic material, potentially leading to improved racing performance, enhanced vitality, and increased adaptability. Hybrid vigor. The offspring resulting from outcrossing often exhibit hybrid vigor, displaying heightened health, endurance, and overall vigor. Introduction of desired traits. Outcrossing allows breeders to introduce specific traits from unrelated strains that could positively impact racing abilities. However, outcrossing also presents challenges and potential drawbacks, including strain dilution. Frequent outcrossing may dilute the specific traits and characteristics of a strain, potentially compromising its identity and distinctiveness. Difficulty and consistency. Maintaining consistency in performance and traits becomes more challenging when constantly introducing new genetic material. Selection of outcross mates. Careful selection of suitable outcross mates is crucial to ensure compatibility and the desired genetic contributions. Line breeding, pros and cons. Line breeding involves breeding pigeons that share a common ancestor within a few generations while maintaining a certain degree of relatedness. This technique offers several advantages, such as concentration of desired traits. Line breeding aims to reinforce specific traits, creating a more predictable strain with a higher likelihood of consistently producing desired characteristics. Preservation of strain qualities. By carefully selecting pigeons within a strain, line breeding helps maintain the unique qualities and performance capabilities of that strain. Increased homozygosity. Line breeding promotes the development of homozygosity for desirable traits, reducing the likelihood of genetic variability. However, line breeding also presents challenges and potential drawbacks, including accumulation of undesirable traits. Concentrated line breeding without proper selection can lead to the accumulation of undesirable traits, including weaknesses and genetic faults. Reduced genetic diversity. Line breeding may result in reduced genetic diversity within a strain, making it more vulnerable to certain health issues and diminishing its overall adaptability. Record keeping and monitoring. Thorough record keeping and continuous monitoring are essential to prevent the inadvertent perpetuation of undesirable traits and ensure the preservation of strain qualities. Inbreeding. Pros and cons. Inbreeding involves mating closely related pigeons, such as siblings or parent-offspring pairs. This technique offers several potential benefits, including genetic uniformity. Inbreeding can lead to a higher degree of genetic uniformity within a strain, helping to establish specific traits and characteristics. Fixation of desired traits. Inbreeding intensifies the expression of desired traits, making them more predictable and consistent in subsequent generations. Concentration of favorable gene combinations. Inbreeding can concentrate favorable gene combinations, enhancing the chances of producing superior racing pigeons. However, inbreeding also presents challenges and potential drawbacks, including accumulation of deleterious traits. Inbreeding increases the risk of accumulating deleterious recessive traits, potentially leading to reduced fertility, weakened immunity, and diminished overall vigor. Reduced genetic diversity. Excessive inbreeding can result in reduced genetic diversity, making the strain susceptible to various health issues and limiting its adaptive potential. Genetic health monitoring. Regular monitoring of genetic health, meticulous selection, and the implementation of strategies to mitigate potential negative effects are vital in successful inbreeding programs. Conclusion. Outcrossing, line breeding, and inbreeding are three distinct breeding techniques employed in racing pigeon breeding, each with its own set of advantages and challenges. By carefully considering the pros and cons of these techniques, pigeon fanciers can make informed decisions and develop effective breeding strategies tailored to their specific goals and strain requirements. A balanced approach that takes into account the desired traits, strain characteristics, and long-term objectives is essential to ensure the continued improvement and success of racing pigeon strains. There are many reasons to buy my racing pigeon method. Here are some of the best reasons. You will get excellent results. It's a very simple system to use. It's affordable. I have had over 400 first prize winners. It's adaptable to any situation. You can use it with any racing method, natural, widowhood, young birds. It's a very effective method. There is no need to spend a lot of money on fancy pigeon products. It's a reliable system and it is foolproof to use. Professional athletes, race horses, take the same products. There is science behind this, not just hearsay. It is all to do with red blood cells and oxygen in the blood. Without that, a pigeon will not race well, or an athlete will not win a race. If he has low oxygen in his blood, the above is fact and is 100% science. There are a few things you can do to improve your chances of winning at racing pigeons. One of the most important things is to learn as much as you can about the sport. You'll need to know the different types of pigeons, how to train them, and how to race them. Another key factor is practice. You'll need to be able to fly your pigeons competently in order to win races. And, of course, you'll need to have the funds to invest in racing pigeons and other racing equipment.